is a special night. It's the first night that we're having a semifinal, and this will conclude the first rotation, and we will have 3 more semifinals, all leading up to the grand finals, which will be August 19th. So tonight you'll see familiar faces from the earlier 4 games. Tonight's contestants, in addition to the prizes they've already won, the winners tonight will receive dinner for 2 at Capriccio Ristorante on Watertown Street in Newton, and we want to thank Capriccio's for giving us that lovely gift. And our other contestants tonight will win complimentary movie tickets, again from our friends at Academy Cinema in Newton, so we want to thank them. Each of tonight's contestants is here because they're already winners, so you're going to get to see the best of the best tonight. And let's return and meet each of our returning contestants and find out what's new with them. Our first contestant pair is John Coate and and his partner Bill Holgerson. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. You know, John, I was wondering, it's been you were on the show November 26th.
Right.
I think that was the show you're on. So you've had about 6 or 7 weeks more to work on your house.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, how is the house coming?
Well, it's I'm happy to say still standing, and the mild winter has helped because it hasn't taken off any more of the paint or the foundation mortar, and so I think I'm holding my own pretty well until spring. I've gotten most of the bathroom done, and that, as you know, is important in almost any house. So I think we're doing pretty well.
Well, good. That's nice to hear. And if you win, we're going to ask you again on August 19th.
Oh, well.
And by then we'll expect spectacular results.
Thank you. We may have a tour organized by that time.
Okay. And your partner, Bill Holgerson, Dr. Bill, welcome back.
Thank you.
Tell me, are you a celebrity at Newton Wellesley now? You must have a lot of the patients as well as the nurses who saw you on the show, because even I've heard about people who had seen you.
Yeah, there have been a few patients who noticed.
Most of them are very nice, however, and don't really ask for his autograph at the session.
But do they give you a pop quiz all of a sudden when they find, in between the physical examination? Suddenly they want to know.
No, that hasn't happened.
You have to name all 7 dwarfs, or
all 208 bones of the body. Right.
Okay. Well, welcome back and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. And our next couple is actually a new pair of sorts, because what we have is Mark Pomerantz, and unfortunately his original partner, Barbara Lane, is under the weather this evening, so she's not with us. And his partner for tonight is still a familiar face to us, and it's Richard Sullivan, who was also on our first game. So it kind of worked out nicely that he's here. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, VJ.
Welcome back.
Good to be here.
It's nice to see you. How are things in the planning office, Mark?
Oh, wonderful. We're planning up a storm.
At City Hall. But your specialty is lower-income families?
Right. We support the development of affordable housing for low-income families and elderly people.
Uh-huh. And is that through government, through federal government aid as well as
federal,
state and local?
city, and state funds?
Uh-huh. Is there any land available in Newton for this?
Well, there is, but I can't tell you where it is.
I'm in real estate now. I want to know where it is.
I can't tell you.
Okay. Well, welcome back. And please, you will send our regards to Barbara.
I will.
And tell her that we hope she feels better.
I certainly will.
Okay. Richard Sullivan, welcome back. You were a big hit on the show.
Okay.
And a lot of people told me they were sorry that you hadn't won. So it's nice to see you back.
Thank you.
And Richard, you're still a funeral director.
Still, yes.
Still.
Yeah.
But tell us more about your hobby.
I like photography and golf. Those are my 2 favorite pastimes.
Well, it's nice, and I will share with our viewers that Richard has been nice enough he's been coming down to every show. It's actually why he was here and able to, in true, who used to have those movies where someone had to step in at the last minute and go on with the show. Richard was here because he's been nice enough. He comes down, he's been photographing the show and taking pictures of all of the contestants each week. So it's nice, and it's good to see that he can be a contestant again. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we go to our baby doctor, our little tiny doctors we have here, our little baby doctors who are here. Louis first and his partner, Alan Gutmacher.
Hi, BJ.
Hi, and welcome back.
Thank you.
How are things at Children's Hospital? You're both together in a residency program.
Since we were here, we've been asked to name the 7 dwarfs.
Many times.
Many times. Other than that, we've been fine.
Yeah. Do any of the children happen to know that you were on the show? Did any of them see it? Any of your patients?
They're not talking
they're
about
not
it.
a lot of the babies are not talking about it, but some of our toddlers and adolescents have been sending in the cards and letters, so we appreciate it.
Okay. Also, now I heard there's a marriage pending. Is this is something in the offing?
Not, no.
Not between the two of you.
No, but yes, I will be getting married in June.
Oh, and another eligible doctor bites the dust. All right, well, good luck on that.
Thank you.
You both work the emergency room?
I do.
And I do at times when he needs help.
All right, and I will also tell you that our, of these contestants, Alan Gutmacher, when I asked him what he thought his strong category was, he said rolling dice. So we'll get to see, actually you don't get to do that tonight, so I'm sorry. And you also, the two of you had said you were, they were professionals. They build themselves as professionals, sort of, because they have competed before. Why don't you tell us a little bit about where you were in competition before?
We have competed for several charities, and sometimes the magic worked, and other times we rolled the dice.
Did you ever win?
We took second at a tournament at the Museum of Science.
And what was the benefit for? What was the charity?
It was for One with One, which brings refugees into homes in the United States.
Oh, wonderful. Well, very good. I'm glad you studied when you were a kid. You're a doctor and you're raising money for one-on-one. That's great. And now we get to meet our fourth, and good luck on the games. Yes. And now we meet our fourth pair, George Sherman and his friend Marianne Anise. And welcome back.
Thank you.
Nice to be back.
It is nice to be back. You were late.
Yeah, we were late. I had trouble getting out of the shower.
No one gets away with anything on here. Now, George, in addition to your having this fascinating job of weighing Newton's rubbish, and your great line of not only did we have more rubbish, but we had better rubbish.
Better trash.
than other communities. You are also descended from a famous ancestor. Is this true?
Yeah, that's true. Way, way back, we had a Sherman come over on the Mayflower, Roger Sherman. And to lineage is traceable directly back to him.
Well, great. And if we ever have a question of name one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, right? Roger Sherman.
Right,
Roger Sherman.
Yeah, well, that's very nice. And you have how many children, how many grandchildren? A lot, huh?
I have 6 children and 5 grandchildren.
Wave to them.
How you doing, gang?
George, that did not look heartfelt. All right. And Mary Ann,
Yes.
welcome back.
Thank you.
Again. Now, the two of you are married not to each other, but the 4 of you are friendly and play this game together. Is that
Yes.
is that true?
Yes.
Okay. And Mary Ann, I just realized you're at Children's Hospital. You're an
Also.
X-ray technician, so you must know our little tiny baby doctors.
Yes. I know the little tiny baby doctors. They call me when they want a film done.
Oh, great. Well,
All the time.
all right, look, we have to leave the office matters in the office, so good luck on the show. Nice
Thanks.
to see you back
Thank
here.
you.
And I have one more person to introduce before we get on with the show, and much to the disappointment of many of you, I have the role now of playing Ed McMahon to Lisa's Johnny Carson. Everyone is intrigued by Lisa and wants to know all about her, but unfortunately Lisa is not here tonight. She is on vacation. And substituting for Lisa, who will be back with us on the next show, is Maureen. Can we say hello to Maureen, our floor celebrity? Hi, Maureen. All right, good luck tonight to you two. This is your first time. Maureen, you've been up in the booth, I think, for previous shows. Yeah, she's been working backstage, making the show possible. Okay, I think we're just about ready to go. I'm going to remind you, again, everyone knows our rules, but I will remind you that, first of all, there is a 15-second time limit for each question. The second rule is that a contestant's turn continues as long as he is correct, but there is a maximum of 5 questions per turn. And the third rule is that there will be a winner at the end of the evening, and the winner will be whoever has achieved the most pieces of the pie, regardless of whether or not the pie is complete. As you know, we take categories from all editions of the game, and tonight the categories are from the Genesis edition, geography for blue, green is science and nature, and brown is art and literature. From the Baby Boomer edition, we're using yellow for nightly news, and pink for stage and screen. And from sports, we're using orange as numbers. Any questions? Our champions are ready, and here, let's go. We determined the order of play, again, by a roll of the dice, and the winners were John Coate, and Bill Holgerson. So here we go, and you have rolled a 2. And you remember that on the first roll you get to choose any category you wish.
We'll take the green.
The green, Science and Nature, from the Genus edition, and the question is, what was the claim to fame of Laika, the Russian bitch? Did I make this up?
Yes, I think we'll just say that Laika was the first dog of any sex in space.
Yes, she was the first dog in space. Very good, congratulations. And now for your second roll, you have a 3. Oh, was that? That's not a
Not yet, not yet.
One more time.
Thank you. Okay.
It's a 3.
All right, Maureen, they've rolled a 3, so now they have to go down to blue, I assume. Geography? All right, from the Genus edition, and the question is, what's the capital of Morocco? Sounds easier than it is. All of a sudden I realize.
Appropriate for me, but Tangiers were correct.
I think we're going to say Tangiers.
No, no, it's Rabat. Tangiers, I think, is the capital of Algeria, isn't it?
Very likely could be.
Does anyone know? Why am I going out on a limb when I don't have to? All right, I'm sorry, you did not get that
Regrettable.
correct. And we're on to Mark and Richard, and they've rolled a 6. And what would you choose for your first
What would you like?
category? And you would be on a piece of the pie.
How about geography?
Geography
Up top.
Okay.
is blue from the Genus edition, and the question is, what's the most popular drink in Greece?
Blue.
Say that Uzo, that's seen that kind
Talk out
The
loud.
first thing that comes to mind would be
Uzo.
Uzo.
Ouzo is right
Good,
for a piece
good.
of the pie, the first piece of the
Correct.
pie.
Nice.
Forging ahead, we have the new team of Pomerantz and Sullivan.
Very
Good,
good.
nice.
Yeah, it sticks right there. Good. Very nice. All right, that was your first question, so you still get to roll again, and you've rolled a 6.
Number 6.
Let me see.
Who's that you got? Brown or orange?
How about brown? I want to go.
Brown.
No, 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 it's not brown or orange. You have yellow or green.
Oh, yellow or green?
Yellow or
Nightly
green. You have
news.
nightly news or science and
Science
nature.
and nature. Up to you. Which one?
Try green.
Green, science and nature from the Genus edition, and the question is, what berries give gin its flavor?
Fine, sounds good to me.
Juniper berries.
Juniper berries is correct.
Very good.
That's the second correct question, and now you've rolled a
Gin I
2.
know about.
And your choice would either be brown, which is art and literature, or green for science and nature. Both from the Genus edition.
What do you think?
Pat letters. Right.
Okay.
Art and literature from the Genus edition, and the question is, who was assigned to steal the girdle of the Amazon queen Hippolyte?
I picked the category. You answer it.
Did I pronounce that correctly? I think it's Hippolyte. Hippolyte. Who was assigned to steal the girdle of the Amazon queen Hippolyte?
Hercules.
Hercules.
All right, Mark. Good.
Very good.
Good for you.
Good answer. And that's your third correct question. And now you've rolled a 4, so you can go either with the piece of the pie you already have on blue, or green, science and nature. The other is geography.
No.
I guess green, science and nature.
With much enthusiasm,
Yes,
they have picked green, science and nature. And the question is, what animals does a hypophobe fear? Hippophobe.
Spell it,
What
please.
animal? I will spell it
Thank you.
just to prove what a good kid I am. Hippophobe. Hippophobe. What animals does a
Sounds like a
hippophobe
hippopotamus.
fear?
Yeah, I know.
It's too easy.
Yeah. Sometimes that's always the best way to go with the dog.
We'll say
Okay, a few more seconds.
we'll say hippos.
You were right, it was too easy, that's wrong. And the answer is horses.
Horses. Right.
Hippodrome.
Right.
Hippodrome,
sure,
you think? So
sure.
should I have pronounced it hippophobe? call and write in and let us know how to pronounce the Greek goddess whose girdle was stolen and hippophobe, both of which begin with H. All the H words tonight. Okay, so you're finished. so to
Don't
speak.
say that.
All right, and now we're on to Lewis and Alan, and you've rolled a 5.
We'll start with the yellow nightly news.
The yellow nightly news from the baby boomer edition, and the question is, what did Czechoslovakian student Jan Palic do to himself in Prague in 1969 to protest the Russian occupation?
Do you know? Did he set himself on fire?
That's what I would guess.
I think he set himself on fire.
He self-immolated, correct?
Well, we're rolling now.
You're lucky I know what self-immolate means, or I would have said you were wrong. Okay, you rolled a 4. And your choice now is either stage and screen or numbers.
Stage and screen.
Stage and screen, and the question is, what 1968 movie included an audition for the part of Hitler that noted, quote, no experience needed?
The producers.
Mm-hmm. The producers.
The producers.
Good job.
Okay, and now for your third turn, you've rolled a 5. And that gives you either numbers from the sports edition or 1, 2, 3, 4, roll again.
Oh, definitely roll again.
I had a feeling, no, everyone's going to try to avoid numbers, I know that. And they rolled a 1. So again, they have numbers or nightly news.
Nightly news.
Nightly news from the baby boomer edition, and the question is, what country's radicals loved to hurl rocks at Narita Airport? N-A-R-I-T-A. What country's radicals loved to hurl rocks at Narita Airport?
Narita
It
Airport.
sounds Ita is a Hispanic ending, so go
You want
with
to say Cuba? Rebels? What do you say?
sure. Why not?
N-A-R-I-T-A.
Cuba.
Cuba, it's Japan.
Right.
That's the other.
Like I said,
It's close.
Hispanic.
It's fine.
Right?
Have any of us ever, has anyone been to Japan? No. Okay. How are we supposed to know things like that? All right, good try, and we're on to George and Mary Ann, and you've rolled a 2 for your first roll, so you have your choice.
Very good.
Any which way?
Science.
Science and Nature? Mm-hmm. Green from the Genus edition, and the question is, what's the term for an organism that lives on or in another?
It's parasite, isn't it? Parasite.
Parasite. Correct. And your second roll is a 4.
Beautiful. That's
Great. You're right on a piece of the pie. What's that, stage and screen?
Stage and
Stage
screen.
and screen for a piece of the pie. And the question is, what film was spawned by the big blackout?
That was on the East Coast in the 60s.
From the baby boomer edition, what film was spawned by the big blackout?
Is there a film, Blackout?
Your time is up. Any
Blackout.
shots? What?
Blackout.
Blackout? No, it was Where Were You When the Lights Went Out? A movie I have never heard of.
I remember it now.
Do you?
Has anyone heard of that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're back to John and Bill. You've rolled a 2.
I think we'll take geography.
You have
we'll
your choice
we'll
of
go south.
geography or geography.
Yeah.
So you've got geography, and the question is...
No, the other way, south. Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you.
And the question is, what's the nickname of Florida?
Or the citrus state.
I think it's the Sunshine State.
The Sunshine State. You know when you hear those is when they have the Republican and Democratic conventions and they
only time
refuse to
that.
give you the votes and they say Florida
That's
cast
right.
8,000 of its sunshine votes. Right.
That's
So
right.
okay, you've rolled a 5 for your next roll. And that gives you either roll again. No, not roll again. They have either numbers.
Science and we'll take science and nature. The
Numbers
green.
are science and nature, science and nature from the Genus edition. And the question is, what color is diamond dust?
Another great science question.
Yeah, that's diamond dust would probably be...
White, I would assume, but I mean, who could guess?
That's right. Well, can we say white with possible grayish or whitish overtones? White.
You can say whatever you want, and you're wrong. This is America. The answer is black.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Before we go on to our next contestants, we're going to take a short commercial break. So please stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Mr. Big Toyland of Waltham now offers you a complete selection of Trivial Pursuit games and supplements, including Sports, Baby Boomer, and Silver Screen. And it's just right for gift giving, too. Visit Mr. Big Toyland or call 893-8582. That's 893-8582. Reserve your copy of Trivial Pursuit now. Visa or MasterCard accepted. Barney & Carey Company, located at 187 High Street in Brookline, offers quality building material products and supplies, including lumber, plywood, and trim. So, do it yourself with help from Barney & Carey Company. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30, and Saturday, 8 a.m. till noon. That's Barney & Carey Company, 187 High Street in Brookline.
Hi, we're back. And I do want to remind you, if you'd like to be a contestant on Trivial Pursuit, the number to call is 527-6040. That number again is 527-6040. I want to tell you that I always say that we come to you live from Newton's Continental Cablevision, and what a lot of people don't realize is that where the Continental Cablevision studio is located, and it's right here on Center Street in Newton. So it's very easy, and we'd love to see you, and we'd love to have you come as a contestant. So please just call up the station, and we'll get in touch with you as soon as we can. We're looking for contestants now for, I think about the middle of February. But we're doing well, and we're having a lot of fun, and everyone who comes loves it. So please join us. All right, the game is in progress. We've got real belly-to-belly competition here, and we're now on Mark Pomerantz and his partner, Richard Sullivan, and you've rolled a 1.
I think we'll roll again.
You have roll again or numbers for a piece of the pie?
Oh, we'll take a piece of the pie.
Numbers from the sports edition for a piece of the pie. And the question is, how many games did the Baltimore Colts win in the strike-shortened 1982 NFL season?
Usually 16, and I think it was half. It was. How many games did they win? Or
how many games did the Baltimore Colts win in the strike-shortened 1982 NFL season?
Probably none.
I have to call for your answer.
None.
What was that?
None.
None.
None? 0. That's right.
Oh, very good.
And I couldn't tell if you were saying 9 or none.
Right.
They're for a piece of the pie. And here comes Maureen with a piece of the pie, and you are now spectacularly in the lead.
Thank you, Maureen.
Pulling away from the rest of the field, you have orange and blue, 2 pieces of the pie. And it's still your turn. And you've rolled a 3. And that gives you either art and literature or stage and screen.
Let's try stage and screen.
Stage and screen from the Baby Boomer edition. And the question is, what was blues artist McKinley Morganfield's stage name?
Go with that.
Muddy Waters.
Muddy Waters. How do you know this?
How do you know that? Oh, good.
Good for you. Good for you. Okay, that was your second correct question?
Right.
Okay, and now you've rolled a 4. And that gives you either science and nature or for a piece of the pie.
Nightly news.
Yeah, we'll go for a piece
Nightly
of the pie.
news for a piece of the pie. Nightly news. What president said he wouldn't get involved in combat in Indochina unless Congress authorized a declaration of war?
Indochina, Vietnam. Eisenhower.
What was that? Eisenhower?
Eisenhower is right. Very
good.
good for a third piece of the pie. You know, I think you deserve a little round of applause. You're really zipping along. And here comes Maureen with their third piece of the pie.
Thanks.
Slow down. This could be our first half-hour show.
I have to get to a meeting.
Oh, that's right. You do have a meeting tonight. He's winning fast so that he can get to his meeting. All right, you have 3 pieces of pie. You've just answered three correct questions, and it's still your turn, and you've rolled a 2, and you have also
Roll again.
struck fear in the hearts of your
Roll again south.
colleagues. Roll again south, and now they've rolled a 4, which gives them either roll again or geography.
Roll for geography.
Geography from the Genesis edition, and the question is, where is Normandy?
France.
France. Simple enough. Short question, short answer. Okay, and for your 5th and final question, you've rolled a 1.
This is,
What piece
yeah,
of the
piece
pie?
of the pie is what category?
Oh, they're blue. Oh, my goodness, a piece of the pie. What color is that piece of the pie? Stage and screen for a piece of the
We'll
pie.
go for it.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Gluttons, they're going for it. Okay, from the Baby Boomer edition. Stage and screen, and the question is, who was the title character in the 1960 Disney movie subtitled 10 Weeks with a Circus? I love these questions.
Subtitle. 1960?
Who was the title character in the 1960 Disney movie subtitled 10 Weeks with a Circus?
I don't know.
No, nothing. We're going to take a guess, though, and we got not
Some-
Dumbo,
it's not Dumbo.
something in a circus. What's in a circus?
Okay, that I do need an answer.
Dumbo.
Dumbo is not it.
No.
Does anyone know? Toby Tyler, that's right, Dr. Bill.
Dr. Bill.
Dr. Bill. Okay, great roll, and you're really doing very well in the game. You got 3 pieces of pie. And we're over to Lewis and Alan now, and they have just rolled a 1.
Okay.
And that gives them either art and literature for piece of the pie.
Art and literature.
Need I go further? All right. From the Genesis edition, and the question is, what's been called the mother of the arts?
Okay. The mother of the arts.
I heard the
Literature,
question.
painting, sculpture, music. Music or painting?
What's been called
one of the arts.
Language.
the mother
Which-
of the arts?
The father of the arts is, say painting.
Sure.
No, painting.
This is going to shock you. It's architecture.
No.
Ah, heartbreak. Okay, sorry. And we're on to George and Mary Ann, and they have just rolled a 3. And, no, George and Mary Ann are, oh, is that what they were? Okay, I'm sorry. And that,
News or art literature?
art and literature or nightly news? Art and literature from the Genesis edition, and the question is, how many years did Rip Van Winkle sleep?
20.
20. That's right. Okay, and for their second, they've rolled a 3, which gives them either
Screen, stage and screen, or...
stage and screen for a piece of the pie,
Or numbers.
or numbers.
Stage and screen.
Stage and screen.
Stage and screen for a piece of the pie. And the question is, what film spawned a 1966 hit song for pianist Roger Williams?
56.
What film spawned a 1966
66.
1966 hit song for pianist Roger Williams?
Absolutely not.
I'll need an answer. Nothing? Blank? Shall I sing it, Newton? No. Born Free. Born Free. I didn't. Did anybody? Now they're all going to say they knew it. They always say they know everything. They didn't have to answer. Okay. And we're back to John and Bill, and they've rolled a 6. And that's on green, so that gives them either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue for geography, or roll again.
Roll again.
Roll again, and they've rolled a 5, which gives them
News or numbers and sports?
I
think we
no.
got
It's,
one more.
No,
I
no.
think
They've
we're
got
gonna
science and nature
Science and nature for the pie.
for a piece of the pie. All right.
First you give it, then you take it away.
Yeah, that's
No
right.
problem.
Maureen, they've killed for less. These savages.
Now we're even. That's right. She wanted to give it to us earlier. Now it's
Oh,
now
all
we're
right. Watch out. They're brutal, these people. They're savage. They're just,
do anything for malted milk.
they'll do... What movie is... I haven't seen that yet. With, oh, forget it. What have they got?
Go on, make my day.
Make my breakfast. What What's the category?
Science and nature.
If you know the category, just call us in.
That's it.
Science and nature. Okay. Who's in charge here? All right. For a piece of the pie, science and nature from the Genesis edition, and the question is, what American is considered the pioneer of modern rocketry?
Robert Goddard.
Robert Goddard.
Oh, thank you.
And you know, I am originally from Worcester, and that's where he did his his rocketry, was in Worcester. Yes.
Finally, yeah.
And I will share another tidbit while Maureen is placing the piece of the pie on, which is that my honor society in junior high was the Robert H. Goddard Honor Society in honor of him. So that is how I knew that.
We are moved.
Go back to
Okay. We are moved. The natives are rebelling. Okay. You rolled a 4.
Let's try stage and screen.
Stage and screen from the Baby Boomer edition, and the question is, who said he would stop doing concerts, quote, when women stop throwing their panties on stage?
I know this, I think, only by reading. Guilt by association. Tom Jones?
Yes, but what's the guilt by association?
Well, I have never attended either a concert or participated in any way in the activities.
That's what they all say. All right. And your next roll is a 4. And that gives you either Science and Nature for a piece of the pie, which you already have, or Nightly News.
Going back towards science and nature.
Oh.
For the sake of getting the question, you want to go
Yes, we'll go back to Science and Nature.
Science and Nature for an unneeded piece of the pie. And the question is, who was Sir Frederick Royce's partner?
Roll, I imagine.
Can we only give his last name? Mr. Rolls, I believe.
All right, I'll take it. What guess on the first name?
Guess?
Yeah, just for
Edward.
free. It's
Edward.
Wrong.
Hey, what the heck?
Charles, you knew that. It's Charles. They know everything. they know everything.
Just a guess.
Okay, they roll again.
Yes.
Yes, I said I would give it to them for the last
Thank
name.
you.
And they rolled a 6.
No, I don't think we quite
one
make
short.
it. I think we're one short.
Yeah, all right. They have either geography or Nightly News.
Geography, right?
I guess so.
Geography.
Yes.
Geography from the Baby Boomer edition, and the question is, what's the most commonly spoken language in Belgium? What's the most commonly spoken language in Belgium?
We're going to say Flemish.
Mais non, monsieur, c'est French.
I spit on their grandmother.
Okay.
A lot of catching up to do.
And we're on to our leaders, Mark Pomerantz and Richard Sullivan, who have rolled a 3. Art and literature or Nightly News?
Okay.
We'll try art and literature.
Art and literature from the Genesis edition, and the question is, what's the most looked at painting in the Louvre?
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa?
Mona Lisa. Yes.
Sorry. Did you want to sing along? I guess you wanted to sing along.
No. That's right. All right, and you've rolled a 1, which gives you either
Roll again.
roll again or
Oh, roll again.
roll again. Okay, they're rolling again. They've gotten a 4, which gives them either numbers or Deuteronomy. Numbers or what?
Well, let's try roll again.
Numbers or roll
It's our
again?
favorite.
Okay, roll again. And now you've rolled a 6. Art and literature
Literature,
or
numbers.
what? Nightly News?
We'll go for nightly news.
Nightly News, which puts them in the right direction anyway. And from the Baby Boomer edition, the question is, what U.S. president's epitaph reads, "A great man passed this way in the defense of freedom"?
In the path of freedom.
In the defense of
In the defense of freedom.
What U.S. president's epitaph reads, "A great man passed this way in the defense of freedom"?
It's earlier than that, but we'll probably go with
We'll go with Ike.
Ike, you know, that's the second time he's done right. You've done right by him, or he's done right by you. That's correct.
I thought it was very good. Very good, man.
Very good. Okay, and your next row, how many questions is that they've had? 3, and now they've rolled a 4.
This is our fourth question.
And that gives you stage and screen for a piece of the
Piece of
pie.
the pie, stage and screen?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Stage and screen for a piece of the pie from the Baby Boomer edition. And the question is, what musical found Freddie Eynsford Hill, quote, several stories high?
My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady. You're very good.
Very
Very
good.
good contestant. And here comes Maureen with their fourth piece of the pie.
My parents played that continuously for about 3 years.
My Fair Lady. Oh, it was so wonderful. Was that Lerner and Lowe? I forget who.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
it
it was wonderful music in that show. All right, and you still have one last question. And you've rolled a 6. And that gives you either art and literature or numbers from the sports edition.
What are you comfortable with?
No, move that down.
You need
We'll
science
go.
and nature and art and literature.
We'll go for numbers.
Numbers because it's the right direction.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
the right direction.
I think that probably is the right strategy, even if it's your last one anyway, so you might as well.
Right.
Okay, numbers from the sports edition, and the question is, what 2 years did the Philadelphia Flyers bully their way to back-to-back Stanley Cups?
This is 1984. Wasn't last?
What 2
last
years did the Philadelphia Flyers bully their way to back-to-back Stanley Cups?
Really? Couldn't remember getting it straight.
74, 75.
Yeah, 74, 75 is right.
Why am I here?
That's spectacular. I knew it was hockey. That's as far as I got.
It was a pure guess.
Anyway, we're going to take
I
another
live in
short
New
break.
Jersey.
Please stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Didn't do us any.
Capriccio Ristorante, where the food speaks for itself. Open for lunch and dinner in Newton. Capriccio specializes in freshly sautéed northern Italian dishes, including shrimp scampi, steak mafio, veal bella bocca, and many of the traditional favorites. Come and relax at our lounge before or after your meal. We're happy to accept reservations. That's Capriccio Ristorante, Watertown Street in Newton.
Hi, everybody. Here we are again. Welcome back. And we've got a great game going with fabulous contestants. Fortunately or unfortunately, we have a one team that's clearly in the lead, and we wish them the best of luck. And we're on next to Lewis and Alan, and they have rolled a 4. So we've got to play catch-up ball here and see how well we can do. And they have either science and nature or geography.
We'll take science and nature.
Science and nature from the Genesis edition, and the question is, what plant is revered by the lovers of the stinky rose? I don't write them, I just read them. What plant is revered by the lovers of the stinky rose?
What kind of rose smells bad? Any idea?
I'm sure it's definitely rose.
What plant smells bad?
Skunk cabbage. It's not.
We're going to go with it.
Sure.
What plant is revered by the lovers of the stinky rose?
The skunk cabbage.
No, and I like that answer too. It's garlic. Oh, all right. The agony of defeat. I'm sorry. All right.
Defeat don't smell good either.
Well, no, just defeated on that answer. It doesn't mean that. This team could meet with an untimely. Okay. And we're on to George and Mary Ann, and they have rolled a 5. And that gives them either numbers or art and literature.
Art and literature?
Art and literature from the Genesis edition, and the question is, who created James Bond?
Sure, why not?
I think it's Ian Fleming.
Ian Fleming. You get nervous that it seems too easy, so that it must be, you know, somebody else. Yeah. That's right. Your first correct question on this turn, and now you've rolled a 6. And you have your choice either of stage and screen for a piece of the pie.
Let's go to free roll.
You don't want stage and screen for a piece of the pie?
No, we've stumbled on that twice already.
I have been known to bully people into taking what I thought they should take.
No, we're going to free roll.
I'll let you. All right, so you're on roll again, and you've rolled a 6. So now you can either go with
Art and literature or nightly news?
nightly news or art and literature.
Art and literature?
Yeah, let's go with art and literature.
Art and literature from the Genesis edition, and the question is, what's the name of the old gray donkey in Winnie the Pooh?
Eeyore.
Eeyore.
Eeyore. Correct.
Can you be proud of me?
Okay, and for your third roll, you have a 6.
Oh, God, not that.
Roll again, or stage and screen
Let's
for
go up to
a
roll
piece
again.
of the
Let's go up to
pie.
roll again.
Roll again.
Boy, I mean, they are determined not to get a piece of the pie. All right. And now you rolled a 4. You can either roll again or art and literature.
Let's roll again.
Roll again. And they've rolled a 1 for either science and nature or art and literature.
Let's try science and nature.
Okay.
Science and nature from the Genesis edition, and the question is, what branch of the camel family is found only in the Andes?
Llamas.
Okay.
Llama.
The llama is right. Okay, and you've still got another turn, and you rolled a 6. So you can either have geography for a piece of the pie.
We'll have geography.
Geography for
Right,
us.
okay. Geography for a piece of the pie from the Genesis edition. The question is, what London street claims to be the world center for men's tailoring?
We went through this before.
What London street claims to be the world center for men's tailoring?
We went through this before. I think it's Seville Row. Seville Row.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, I have to call you?
Seville Row.
Seville Row is correct. And now I'm going to tell you, and Newton, an interesting fact about Savile Row. Do you know that the Japanese word, while Maureen brings them a piece of the pie, the Japanese word for suit, for man's suit, does anyone know what it is? It's Sabiro. And what that came from was their pronunciation of Savile Row. And the word for suit in Japan is Sabiro. You heard it here first.
Very good.
Okay, and it's still your turn, I think.
Yeah.
This is your last question, I think. Is that right?
Yep.
Is this their fifth? Yeah. And they've rolled a 1. So they have either stage and screen or stage and screen. So tough. How are you going to find out what you could have gotten if you had gone? This would have been for. This could have been.
Watch us lose.
For a piece of the pie. And the question is, what star warrior played dragster Bob Falfa in American Graffiti?
Say that again slowly.
If I had ever talked you into it. What star warrior played dragster Bob Falfa, F-A-L-F-A, in American Graffiti? Don't look at me, George. I just read them. You know.
Star Warrior?
What star warrior?
That's why we didn't go to
You
stage
haven't
and screen.
even got a chance.
Right.
Does anyone know? Harrison Ford. You see that? There are some among us. Okay. And we're back to John and Bill. And they've rolled a 5. So that gives them either a, let's see, science and nature or numbers.
Let's go up with science and nature.
Is that right? Yeah, science and nature. From the Genesis edition, the question is, what's the term for young fox?
A kit.
You want to think it over? That's right. Or a cub.
Oh, thank you. Well,
A cub or a kit. But
thank you.
that's right. Okay, and your second roll is a 4.
Piece of the pie, for...
Stage and screen, yes.
Stage and screen
Try for a piece of
for a piece of the pie. And the question is, what aloof, fragile beauty first attracted attention in the umbrellas of Cherbourg?
It's not one of the Three Stooges, is it?
Well, it's Catherine Deneuve, but there's...
Everyone's a comedian.
Umbrellas of Cherbourg. Was she in it?
What aloof, fragile beauty first attracted attention in the umbrellas of Cherbourg?
Catherine Deneuve.
Right. Do you remember the French? Title of that? How you say the umbrellas of Cherbourg? Aren't you glad you have me?
My,
Go
it's
ahead,
just sort of enlightenment.
As
and
Maureen.
never-ending.
I love doing this.
That's it. Les
Got to
Pauvres
do it
Louis
3
de
more times
Cherbourg.
quickly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Merci.
Okay, congratulations on your nice piece of the pie. Okay.
Throw 'em.
And now you've rolled a 3.
I need to go up. I think nightly news.
All right, in literature, nightly news from the Baby Boomer edition, and the question is, What did John F. Kennedy mean when he said, quote, "This effort is expensive, but it pays its own way for freedom and for America"?
Peace Corps.
It's either that or AID, you know. Well, we'll go for the Peace Corps.
No, it was the space program.
Oh, well.
The space program.
Jacqueline's clothing.
Okay.
That's all right.
Jacqueline's clothing would have been a better answer.
Well, I don't know. I still
Okay.
feel some loyalty.
And we're now on to Mark and Richard, and they've rolled a 5. And that gives them either geography or stage and screen?
I think we'll go stage and screen.
Stage and screen of their own volition. And the question is, what film
we don't want-
copped an Academy Award for Best Song for Buffy St. Marie? There you go. You know a lot of those RPMs. I just don't know the... What film copped an Academy Award for Best Song for Buffy St. Marie?
No idea.
Buffy St. Marie. Academy Award for Buffy St. Marie.
Is there an echo in here?
There's an echo in here. I think the number would be...
That would have to be How the West Was Won. No.
An officer and a gentleman.
Oh.
It was more recent, I guess. We were all thinking,
longer.
we were thinking in the wrong time zone. Okay, Lewis and Alan, let's play some catch up here. You've rolled a 2. Let's get going, and either roll again or stage and screen. All right, roll again, and they rolled a 6, and that gives them either geography or stage and screen.
Geography.
Geography from the Genesis edition, and the question is, what man-made waterway is 100.76 miles long?
So it's either Panama Canal or Suez.
It's just longer.
100.6.
Suez or Panama?
The Suez, it's hard to find the
Panama's
Suez.
not 100 miles.
No, I
is it?
wouldn't think it's 100 miles.
Suez. So let's say Suez Canal?
Sure, why not?
Suez Canal.
Suez Canal. Okay.
Okay, 1 out of 1.
1 in a row.
1 in a row.
That's 1
Okay.
in a row.
Go for all
Okay.
again.
And now you've rolled a 4. And that gives you art and literature.
Art and literature.
For a piece of the pie with renewed vigor.
Renewed
here.
vigor.
Okay.
Architecture.
And the question is, what Christina Crawford book was originally titled The Hype?
Mama Dearest.
It's got to be Mommy Dearest.
Mommy Dearest.
Oh.
Well, thank you very much. We had a good time.
For a piece of the pie. Okay. And it's still your turn.
Right.
All right. And now you've rolled a 2. Roll again or roll again.
South.
Down
South
towards
on the
us.
roll again. And they've rolled a 3. Not what you wanted.
We'll come down
almost.
again to
Okay.
roll again.
Yep,
roll
roll
again. All right. And now you've rolled a 4. You can roll again.
Let's roll again.
Roll again. Woman's work is never done. Okay. And now you've rolled a 3. You can roll again.
We'll
or
roll again.
Roll
number-
again.
roll again. And now you've rolled a 3. You can
Let's go back to roll again.
Backwards. Okay. Now you've rolled a 1. Either
well, that was-
numbers or nightly news.
Nightly news.
Nightly news.
Nightly news from the Baby Boomer edition. And the question is, who did Mehmet Ali Agca try to assassinate on May 13th, 1981?
The Pope.
The
yeah,
Pope.
Yeah.
The Pope.
The Pope. Which Pope?
The present Pope.
The present Pope. Pope John Paul II.
Right.
And that was the most moving, that Time magazine cover of him with his would-be assassin,
Okay.
showing forgiveness. And you rolled a 1.
Roll again.
Roll again. All right, roll again. And now you've rolled a 1. Same spot.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Nightly
Numbers
news.
are nightly news.
Nightly news.
And the question is, what country was Ferdinand Marcos elected president of in 1965?
The Philippines.
The Philippines. Okay, is correct. And they still have what? Was that 3? This is the 5th one. Okay, this is their last one. They've rolled a 2, which gives them roll again. Or numbers. So
Roll again.
Roll again. Okay. And now they've rolled a 1. You know, so much on the roll of the dice.
Art and literature. Let's just do it.
Geography or art and literature?
Art and literature.
Art and literature. From the Genesis edition, the question is, what fabled bird sprang to new life from the ashes of its nest?
The Phoenix.
Phoenix.
The phoenix. Good. Very good roll. I'm sorry. You know, that just shows how much is luck in the roll of the dice. Okay. On to our last pair, George and Mary Ann, and they've rolled a 5. And that gives them either nightly
Art literature and
nightly news or
Nightly news?
nightly news. Okay. From the Baby Boomer edition, and the question is, nightly news. What religious observance did the Egyptians launch their ill-fated offensive on in 1973? %90 of Newton is screaming this answer at you.
Yom Kippur?
Yeah, Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur. It's lucky for you. Yeah. You got that. All right, that's right. And now you've rolled a 2, which gives you either numbers or nightly news.
Nightly news.
Nightly news.
Again, nightly news again. From the Baby Boomer edition, the question is, what country's Prime Minister, Harold Holt, disappeared and was presumed drowned on December 17th, 1967? This is the kind of thing you always know, George. Few more seconds. What country's Prime Minister, Harold Holt, disappeared and was presumed drowned on December 17th, 1967?
Australia.
Australia.
All right.
I knew you'd know that, George. That's right up your alley.
You did good, too.
And rolling a 5 for their next turn, and they have either
geography or numbers.
Geography.
geography,
Is that what she said?
Science and nature.
Science and nature. All right.
Science and nature. Yeah. Science and nature? Okay. From the Genesis edition, and the question is, what was the claim to fame of Louise Joy Brown, born July 25th, 1978?
She was the first test tube baby.
She was the first test tube baby. And it's still your turn. And you've rolled a 5. For, piece of the pie on art and literature.
Yeah.
No, excuse me. 2, 3, 4, 5, excuse me. You've got either nightly news or roll again.
Roll again.
Roll again. And you rolled a 3, which gives you either stage and screen
Or roll again.
Roll again. You've rolled a 6, which gives you either stage and screen or geography. Geography from the Genesis edition. And the question is, what are the 5 Great Lakes?
Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior.
George, that sounds to me like it's directly from 3rd grade. You did it in a certain order. I can just see it going right back. And what's the mnemonic device for the Great Lakes? Do we all know the... Anyone can... Holmes.
Holmes.
H-O-M-E-S.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's how you remember them. Okay, this is their last. This is your 5th question coming up, and you've rolled a 3. Giving you either science and nature or
Nightly news?
nightly news for piece of the pie.
Yep.
And pièce de gâteau, we have.
Piece of cake.
What is it? Nightly news. Nightly news. What Apollo mission marked man's first trip outside Earth's gravity? I can't stand these questions. I don't think they're fair. Let's just What Apollo mission marked man's first trip outside Earth's gravity?
Gravity? Not that high. Apollo 5 or 6 landed on the moon. How about 3 or 4?
I have to...
4.
If only you said it was 8.
I don't know.
Okay. Did anyone know that? Oh, of course, they all knew it. All right. Did you know it, Mark?
He was on the mission.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Oh,
He was
sure.
back on top.
Okay, John and Bill, you've rolled a 1.
Roll again. Roll again.
Roll,
Science and nature, roll again. You rolled again. All right, and a 3, giving you either
Roll
geography or roll again. They want to roll again. And a 3, giving you either roll again
roll again.
or, okay, roll again, giving you a 1, which is either geography or nightly news.
Let's try geography.
Geography from the Genesis edition, and the question is, What does a gallophobic Englishman fear?
French persons.
Mais oui. Okay, very good.
Want to stand
And your
straight
next
right?
one is a 6.
Straight up.
And I think that gives you, for a piece of the pie.
Nightly news.
Nightly news.
For a piece of the pie, if we may.
Nightly news for a piece of the pie. And the question is, who couldn't quite make it to the White House espousing the, quote, politics of joy? Who couldn't quite make it to the White House espousing the, quote, politics of joy?
Sounds like Hubert Humphrey.
I think that's probably as good a guess as anything.
You know, Jerry Brown. I don't
A few more seconds, that's it. You have
let's say Hubert Humphrey.
Hubert Humphrey. Yep, very good. Is that was that a piece of the pie?
Yes, it was.
And here comes Maureen, hastening over with a piece of the pie.
Almost even.
3 pieces, and there's still a shot of their catching up.
Can we
Okay.
Can we travel across the board?
Straight across the board?
You can, sure.
Go for it.
Oh, you've rolled a 1. So.
Well, hey,
You could have
first step.
helped. You
Talk
could have
about a
helped.
snail's
Longest
pace.
journey begins with the
Talk
first
about a
step.
snail's pace.
Neil Armstrong, right, yes. So we'll take one
Due
step
east.
east, yes.
Yeah,
East,
right.
a giant step for mankind. All right, art and literature from the Genesis edition, and the question is, what George Orwell book foresees Oceania, Eurasia, and East Asia?
No,
What
1984.
1984.
Keep going.
We all remember back to 1984,
That's
don't we?
right.
All right. And it's still your turn. You rolled a 6.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yes. All right. Now,
Straight across to
Green.
science and nature.
to green,
Yep.
science and nature. And the question is, what's the name of the point at which condensation begins?
Dew point. The dew,
Dew
point.
point.
The dew point is correct. All right. Now, what was that? Your 3rd question, your 4th?
It was only our third.
Your 4th.
Oh, 4th?
It was your 4th.
Oh. I'm sorry, that was an honest mistake.
All right. You rolled a 1.
Yeah. Fine.
Thanks, Pete.
All right, as geography, and the question is, what's the most common street name in America?
Main Street.
Why don't we try Main Street?
Well, I would have thought that, but I guess it's not. Does anyone have a... Wrong, wrong, wrong. Wrong. Beacon, no. It's Park. Isn't that funny? None of us knew
My
that.
respect for the country has dropped.
Okay. So anyway, that's the end of your turn. And at this point, it would be your turn. We're really out of time. So I really have to, you're leading 4-1 anyway.
It would be gilding the lily.
And 4-3. It would be gilding the lily. So you can, at this point, I'm going to declare you the winners. And I'm sorry to the losers. And you know, no one is a loser on Trivial Pursuit. And these truly were winners and champions, and so much depends on the roll of the dice and luck, and it's a shame that somebody has to win. But for all of our contestants tonight, Maureen is going to give them each. You can go around. Yes, yes, Maureen. Go ahead. Give them each they each win movie tickets for 2, compliments of Academy Cinema in Newton, and our winners, our semifinalists, as Maureen hands them, will win dinner for 2 now who at Capriccio Ristorante on Watertown Street in Newton. But now I want to know who's going to how are you going to share that? You'll bring him the leftover. Okay, well, but we do want to thank Capriccio's Ristorante for this this wonderful gift. Yes, and the recipients of it thank you also. And we thank you for being with us. So here we are, and we will be back to a first round game on the next show, which will be January 21st. On January 14th, please tune in, and you'll see a recable cast of this program. On the 21st, we'll have Lisa back with us, and we will have 4 new contestants. And we will begin another round, working up to a semifinals. We'll repeat that 3 more times, working towards the grand finals on August 19th. Remember, please, we are looking for contestants. We love to hear, and we also love to hear from you if you have any comments about the show and how things are going. We're really enjoying ourselves and having a good time. If you'd like to be a contestant, please call 52760.
For harsh scenes in Ethiopia and South Africa upon his return, and Brian Patrick
came out smoking, led by Troy Jones, who cans a couple here.